Now, right now, it's the top 1,500 just going all the way down to the top 100. So let's see exactly what ends up happening for these semis. Getting chased down with a charged shotgun is his opponent, Kezix, who's used to hot starts, but he's going to have to cool down at this first game at DreamHack.
Yeah, and the good thing, though, is not like grand finals where you have to wait like 30 minutes or so for a total of 6 hours the day before. But talking about someone that knows how to compete, it is CRR. And look at the aggression here, Shio. Getting right into the box, and that's Hen. He takes out Hen in such an easy fashion.
Yeah, that's a quick clap for Hen, too. He's just really, really confident in his aim. But when you can't have the weapons or need the position you need, you're not going to have a base to set up to aim with. So CRR will be there to pick things up. Fighting Kit, you have to be careful because he does pop a wall up. We've seen a few people go down high-profile names with that charged shotgun. And like Water might notice a few puddles missing that he saw before. CR's going to be there with a big shot, taking all the shield off, a surprise fight. You were saying that the players sometimes control it, and CRR might not know what to expect. This player is not expecting the shockwave launcher player on him this early, contesting a spot that he usually has completely for free.
I know, that's what I mean. It's just like, hey, wait a minute. What are you doing down here, sir? You're not supposed to come down here. This is not the rotation of a caddy player. But like Water now, it's going to trying to take advantage of the situation, though, Shio. If he's able to get the caddy launcher away, that's totally going to benefit it. I mean, we talked about people landing really hot at caddy and having that advantage of going for kits, full kit, but you know, the stats are kind of skewed because sometimes it's all about at least having it in an in-game, and you can still come across the player, eliminate the player that has it, and take advantage of it.
Can go put that card to use and get all those easy heals back. 2 truck splashes here will be able to keep him healthy, but now he does not have any white heals. This is going to be a build fight.
Good old classic build fight. CRR, though, has the big... Ooh. I was going to say CRR has the power weapon, so if he just hits you once with this mythical charged shotgun, it's going to be a big-time hit. And this game is stacked, Shio. I mean, we have Teak, who we just saw a little bit ago. He is the DreamHack Online EU winner from July. But Patrick is trying to become the EU August winner. Put some nice shots right there. Nice surprise ambush, and wraps up that fight rather quickly. And we're taking a look at the circle.
Kurek is trying to get out of one. Beaming down side by side. It's a third party actually in this fight. He does not get that elimination. Looks like Brunskog is just going to be able to survive by the skin of his teeth. But Kukurek is there, has the pyramid placement in there too. Another player's down from the backside. I think there's a fourth party also coming in past this to interrupt. But he's finally looking fine now. There's Marauders everywhere, actually. The song was not enough for him.
No.
And the most unfortunate part is the person who came to that fight is not going to have that elimination point because the Marauder is going to steal that Elam.
Well, can we just get a leaderboard for just Marauders and Shark AI? 5 points for the Marauders, baby, already on the broadcast. But Queasy using some of the materials or the utility from the Marauders right there, the stink bomb. And that is why they're such a valuable thing to address. Yeah, you hear the music, you feel like it's a Jaws coming at you. But if you could just calm, stay cool, you could get yourself an RPG, you could get yourself the stink bombs.
Or I would even say how the north side is looking when people start to rotate. Miro's going to be walking straight into Queasy. I know we have to be on this POV for a reason. It's about to happen. No way he lets him get that close. No. Unfortunate for Miro. A really, really good setup for Queasy.
And those are the ambush plays that we've been seeing that the solo players have been exploring.
1,500 people playing in these semifinals. A bunch of them right now lost in the forest beside a river near Willing Woods. They'll have to rotate straight into zone. Everyone is still holding on before that rotation. It's about to happen in a minute. Vino getting a nice pick there onto EG.
I thought a lot of people were going to go down, but the lobby is light and a lot of people are not dying at the moment.
Yeah, this is just kind of the result of early fighting. You get more of a stack loadout. You have more answers. Nako doesn't have enough, though, as he goes down to DKS. You have a lot of answers to other people once you start to accumulate all this loot body after body, and then you end up not really going down. You have a surplus of materials as well. That's how stackers start to happen. We just saw CRR on your screen. Previously, from Nako's perspective, he's the one who has that shockwave launcher who got into one of those early game fights, one out, 2 different ones, so has a lot of loot. Right now, to look over at the zone, a bunch of people on the sides, especially near the south. That's where Wailing Woods was. A lot of people just barely creeping in. I think it's Kylix all the way in the center, though, who will dictate how people move. He'll have the most amount of time to shoot at people flying in the air and the best angle. If anyone's getting eliminations, it has to be him right now, while everyone else just watches from the zone. Question is, how will Rezumi make it towards that zone? Where is Magic going to come from? Kylix actually electing to leave before doing anything else. Now it's up to Growly's POV, decide the community that where everyone else has to rotate. How are they going to go forward? We see a few crash pads already. I think Growly is waiting to recycle a launch pad, if not use his own. That'll be the last resort. Rezumi's already all the way across to crash pads to possibly recycle all the way through the center, but the issue there is you might get beamed. People are expecting that to happen. Everyone's basing up now. You'll have a nice base to make if you end up floating in late, but at the risk of getting shot down on the rotation. Teak right now is raining down tax while going towards the launch pad. Growly already hit his own, and then past that, hits another person's crash pad to get a low ground position. Might be risky. There's someone right outside his box. 180 though. He didn't even have to keep track of him, instinctually landing that shot.
Very big time shots as the action is going on. A big time player still up is Teak. Teak, the last champion for the DreamHack, going in hot right now. Trying to stay up, 16 points so far, and already a stacker of a lobby breaking out. Mogwai sitting up at height right now, which Circle did pull towards him, so Mogwai didn't move, but Mogwai didn't get any kind of big tags from what I've seen, or wasn't really active. But Teak is someone that's being very active right now as the zone's about to reveal to the 6th full moving circle. And this is where we saw a lot of the eliminations that you can kind of start picking up. From 6, 7, 8, 9 is where the most eliminations happen, and the circle is going to continue pushing more. So no one's right now in front of zone. So then you can still see the crash pads come out. You're still going to see the pads, but it's going to be interesting to see how does Teak approach the situation here, considering that he has no type of mobility. So he's going to have to rely on what you said, Shyo, recycling crash pads, recycling other launch pads, because if he doesn't recycle, then the end of his run will be ending up into the garbage pile.
A lot of people put that focus on mobility 100%, but you have to realize that materials can still get you pretty far. He's going to look to possibly go towards maybe a height position, but no, stay on his side, go for that recycle. No scopes in the air too. Hey, if he gets lucky here, he's insane, doesn't actually end up landing that last shot. It's all good. 2 eliminations to see what he does. As the whole lobby is now playing on what you mentioned before, Sancho, a complete natural low ground. That means more box-to-box fights, more dives. Vino getting his second win there in terms of the fight. Very nice from him. Putrick still alive though as Queasy flies right over him. A bunch of people now just trying to make their base. It's all about how people build here and what decisions they make.
Teak with a nice decision, picking up so 2 E limbs right now, but now he has to make a decision to change the layer to get away from those shots in the back. And Queasy looking up at high right now. Queasy had a nice favorable pull on that half in and half out, but he's still right there. He's still on height. He's making a really nice rotation to height, but he does have some people right down below him following him. Nope, they actually were following. But what a nice rotation from Queasy, who was able to rotate right up and use his builds, like you mentioned, to get to height very easily.
Queasy though is on a ticking clock right now. CRR, who is also getting low, has that shockwave launcher and could possibly launch all the way up and take height away from him. He drops all the way into zone though. Queasy ends up taking out Kylix's Teak. It's another elimination, so mid ground is very dangerous to be in. High ground is completely active. The only safe space is low. Teak is getting closer to it though, as Queasy is still holding height from this tame builds. Putrick, the safest man in the lobby, gets taken out one pumped, while Queasy's still dictating who's allowed to move around at second height. Teak, 5 eliminations so far, has now run out of materials on the mid ground. One person now is going to be so active with these shots, jumps into a box. Can he find the shot? He does. While Queasy gets some more beams, putting more low health people at risk onto Teak's flare.
With the rocket launcher in hand, he is right now king of the lobby, dictating a lot and ruining a lot of runs as he sends another one right there and gets another. I think that may have been credited to him with that elimination. That fall damage kind of worked through, but Tika right now is cooking. Queasy right now is cooking at the height. A lot of people are in the hot seat right now as Monkbloom takes a big time RPG, and Teak picks up a box-to-box elimination, and he doesn't get as many mats that he wants from that, but I think Teak is right now is cooking on all cylinders, and he is in rapid fire mode, picking up so many eliminations right now, Shyo.
Teak is owning this lobby completely. 7 elims before the top 10 even does come down. X-Squeeze has been seen so far and is actually making Queasy have some trouble. Teak is in trouble right now though on the top right of your screen. No mats left still, but this is where he activates. Back behind the storm, it's not enough. Teak goes down, but what a run that he did have. Queasy is fighting now against Squeeze Let's see what he can get done. Drops down for a few materials. Squeeze allows that to happen, and now he gets to survive on height even more. He's controlling this without the shockwave launcher, but it's Squeeze who actually has it, and now has the easiest state of holding height and giving Queasy trouble.
Squeezy and Queasy about to make me wheeze with all these kinds of names here, but Squeezy was able to take. Oh wait, what? Did that just happen, Shyo?
It was close. I think I heard a sniper shot.
I did.
I'm not sure if it was Squeezy getting hit by it though, but still he gets taken out in an instant. And now it's Lush, a fanboy, looking to see what he can do. All Squeeze has to do is wait up top as everyone else starts to fight down bottom. Vino has survived fight after fight. Squeeze finally drops down and in an instant takes out SLQ. Now a three-way fight. Vino very low on the low ground. Squeeze up top, still going for some type of control over the pieces that Fanboy has, and he takes a quick shot onto Vito. Final 1v1 behind him. Squeeze drops down a huge charge from shot to actually make him shiver in his boots. He goes all the way up, but takes 50 zone damage for the position, gets knocked back into zone way far away. Those minis will not be able to help him right there. And he is getting taken out. Squeezy with a phenomenal game.
3 hours of competition, chat. These names could drastically change over the next 2 hours. But there he is, Gambit Toos, coming up on top with 150 points. And you can see all those placement points that say 60. You can pretty much guess that they won their round. But in second place, we have Serenity Swaps. We have Supremacy Keziks. And third,